We are here. We are going live. Let me know if you have any questions. I like to make sure I am supporting you in answering questions, friends. In the meantime, we're going to get to talking and chatting. Appreciate everybody who's here. Again, let me know if there's questions. We're going to get started in just a little bit. I'm setting up my phone and connecting with all of you. So I appreciate you all being here. And we'll get to chat in a second. I'm going to make sure I am changing up my profile. Appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you so much. Got glitter in the lips. Hello, friends. Let me know if you have questions. And we'll get started in just a little bit, just a wee bit. So, all right, friends, I'm going to go live on TikTok in a second. I'm here to answer questions and make sure I'm addressing any questions that people have. And then I have no live at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Hello, friends. Hello, how are you? I'm not going to be able to go live at 10 tomorrow, so I'm saying that now, just in case. I forget to say it. And then 9 p.m. Eastern so meeting tonight. Just putting messages for myself so I can remember to say something about some of those messages. So hello everybody, hope all is well. Thank you so much for joining. We are talking all things going live. Appreciate everybody who's here. Let me know if you have any questions. We are going to get to talking and chatting in just a little bit. So I appreciate you all joining. Hello friends, how are you? So I am going to go live on TikTok in just a minute. And so I usually like to greet people here, make sure I say hello, connect with all of you, and with the thinking that I will be going live and connecting. Hello, how are you? Hey friend, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for commenting. Let me know where you're from and let me know if you go live. So my name again is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. I am a creator network agency on TikTok. So I use this as an opportunity for me to promote and talk about my live, but also this becomes a playlist for you guys can go back and look at the recordings. So if you are new to my live, go ahead and click like, comment hello, how you doing? And then also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So subscribe to the channel so it can grow, but also make sure you click the bell so you can get notifications of when I go live and when I post. Friend, let me know where you're from. I'm just don't do random. But let me know where you're from. It seems like you're very curious. Let me say this. This is a professional chat. Hey, how you doing, friend? How you doing, pals? So this is a professional chat. So make sure you keep your comments professional, as well as I say that you have to be 18 years and older so that we can we can keep it professional, but also TikTok says you have to be 18 years before you can go live. So again, if it's a live stream teaching you how to live stream, I want to make sure you guys are of age. So keep it professional as well and keep your comments relevant to the topic. And let me know if you have questions. I always want to make sure I'm answering questions here for my YouTube friends. You guys operate in an anonymous way, which is fine. But most of my attention and my conversation is geared towards TikTok because again I have the creator network over there, but also can see the comments and engagement. I can help people very directly because they're in my chat and they're communicating. So feel free to communicate. Let me know if you have questions. And then, like I said, this is a professional chat, so keep it professional as well. In the meantime, I'm going to get my screen set up. We're going to go live in just a few minutes over on TikTok. So I will share information over there. I am not going to stay super long because I do have another engagement. I'm actually going to be on a platform for Zoom platform, talking to someone in the agency who has a community. They want me to talk about the live stream. So you guys are getting early sneak peek into the conversation that I'll have with others tonight. In the meantime, I'm setting up my screen. Let me know if there's questions. Paz, how is everything going, friend? How is your live journey going? You went live today too. Nice. You said nice for me. Yes. Yeah, I'm getting around a little bit. We'll see. I'm getting around. I'm trying to make sure I answer questions and connect with folks. So it's really good. And so I'm happy to be doing that as well. Um, so I'll be doing that as well. Hello, friend. How you doing? Thank you for chatting. I appreciate you saying hello. Cool kid. How are you, friend? And so, again, because of your name, you got to be 18 years and older. So make sure you are of age because we talk all things going live. And I want to make sure that you are of age to go live. In the meantime, we're going to get to chat. Could better. I've been bad. Been in other lives, but not my own, really. Okay. Yes, you gotta do your own. You gotta do your own thing, friend. You gotta grow. That's what I'm telling folks. You gotta grow. So you definitely want to make sure you're building your community as well. Hello, friends. How are you all that are in the room? Thank you so much for being here. I'm Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. So make sure you like the live, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you can get notifications of when I go live and post. And then put in the chat if you're new to my live, go ahead and say hello. How are you? And then we are 8 weeks. We are officially in week 8 of my agency. And so we're growing, we're moving, we're shaking. We are a community. So I want to make sure I share information about the agency. So let me know if you're a live streamer. And if you're not, let me know why not. So put that in the chat. But I appreciate everybody who's here. I've been going live since April on YouTube. And I've been going live on TikTok since January. And both of them are 2 different platforms, and I love it, but they are 2 different platforms. So I can tell you some of the things you need to know about both areas. I like the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, friend. And so you said I did both. Appreciate you. You're so sweet. Thank you for reporting back. Thank you so much for that. And so what I tell people is that, when you think about YouTube is a place where you can connect with your audience, share information about your platform, your brand, your services. Thank you so much. But oftentimes you don't get people like Cool Kid and the idea barista that will comment. And so you do need that engagement here. So you want to make sure your audience is connected and engaging. I used to be, but not anymore. All right, friend. Oh, a live streamer. Okay, cool. Yeah, and so it's not for everybody. But I will say, if it's not within your comfort zone, I have plenty of examples. We have several people in the agency that did it for the first time and they keep doing it. They keep going live and they're engaging. They're building their community and they're growing. So and they're monetizing. And so that's what I teach. I want to make sure you guys do grow. Okay. Oh, sorry to hear that, friend. I don't know if you need to be on live then. Let's stay on topic too. But I don't know if you need to be here right now. This is a very private moment for you. So take care of yourself and just make sure you're okay. So with that, so I'm going to switch over to TikTok because I said this becomes a co-streaming platform where I will co-stream here. And I'm mainly talking to the TikTok people because of the agency. But everything I say about live streaming and building your community and going and not quitting when I talk about consistency and engagement, it applies to TikTok, YouTube as well. Both platforms. You got to engage with your community. You got to be intentional about posting the content and making sure you are showing up consistently and people show up for you. So ultimately, you got to take that initiative. That's what I'm saying. So let me know if there's questions. We're going to get started on TikTok. I hit the go live button and you guys will hear me talk. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you being here. This is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. We're going to talk all things going live. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Let me know if you have questions, if you are nervous, afraid, shy, scared, and you are trying to figure this app out. This is a place for you. Momo, how are you, friend? And if you want to monetize, this is also a place for you because there are so many different ways to monetize in your live stream and on the app. How you doing, Black Lotus? How's everything going, friend? So I appreciate you all joining. Senator, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Nika Grace coming into the room as well. Appreciate you. I see you, friend. Thank you all for joining the live. Black Lotus, how is your live journey going? Black Lotus, I got some news, friend. I don't know if you was in my live earlier, but this might be something you want to take note. I'm going to say it. You might take note of this particular change with your live stream. And I think you've been using different features. So we'll talk about it. It's the static image and low visual visibility. And so you got to be careful about how you do your live stream moving forward. So we'll talk about that. Let me know if you have questions. I always want to make sure I'm answering questions too. But I'm going to share that. Give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to let some friends come in the room and I'll share a little quick recap of what I talked about earlier. But you want to be careful about how your visual for your live stream is going. I'm going to share out my live. Thank you, Nika. I see you sharing. I'm going to share out my live as well. So feel free to share out the live. We're going to get some of our friends in the room. And like I said, we'll get to talking and chatting. I want to make sure that I am supporting all of you in your live journey, but we got to make sure that we are also sharing out the live and, give me 1 second, and following the TikTok's community guidelines. So that's the other thing. Give me 1 second. I'm sending it out and I'm almost done. Okay, there we go. Hello, David. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. David, thank you for the heart gift. I appreciate that. I saw that come through right at the last minute. So thank you for that, friend. All right, E-Nurse, how are you as well? So everyone who's coming into the live, I appreciate you joining the live. Let me say, is Bountiful an agency? She is not. She is not. She is somebody that has come through and supported, but unfortunately, I don't know if she's with another creator network. I think so. Don't quote me on that, but she might be. And she might be, and that's why she wasn't able to join. So I'm gonna make that assumption. That may be her situation. Why did you ask? So that I can, you said, oh, okay. You just asked because you assumed she was. Pals, how you doing, friend? Thank you for coming over here. I appreciate it. You just assumed she might have been, or was there more to the story? Let me know if there was more to the story. Like, Dr. Lisa. She keep talking about this other agency. But no, she's not in the agency. Okay, so I'm gonna check in real quick. Pals, were you here when I talked about the new thing you gotta be careful for with the violation for static images? Let me know if you were in the room. Her Merchant, how you doing, friend? Thank you so much for popping in. I see your friend on your other accounts. Hope all is well. So let me say this out loud. My 10 o'clock, oh my gosh, I forgot to say it in my 10 o'clock. I am not available. You said you wasn't, so stay with me for a little bit. I am not available to go live tomorrow at 10. I have a friend who is flying in for a cruise, and I committed to taking her and her family to the airport. So unfortunately, their time they're flying in an airport conflicts with my 10 o'clock. So I'm not going to do my 10 o'clock. I'll end up doing one tomorrow. I'll definitely put a message in the group chat here on TikTok so you guys know, as well as in my story. So my 10 o'clock will be canceled, unfortunately. So y'all pass the word around just in case. Just in case I'm not going to forget. I'm gonna make sure I put the message out there. But just in case something happens, you know, like she was not coming live, y'all. She was not going to be here. Okay. All right, friends. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the likes and the shares. Appreciate all the support. Please continue to like and share the live out. We'll get some more friends in the room if they're available. And then in the meantime, let me do a quick recap. I know there was a few people who were here earlier, but I'm just going to share it really quickly. Hey, Thy Wellness Woman, how you doing? Come on in. I'm going to share really quickly a newer thing we need to be aware of when it comes to going live and how you conduct your live stream. Hey, Holly Q, how are you, friend? Hello, thank you for the daily heart. Me, Black Lotus, appreciate you. So something you want to pay attention to, I'm going to show my screen so you guys can see it, and we'll talk through it. I want to make sure I recap this with you because as you guys are going live, I want you to be intentional about how you set up your live stream. Going good. Hello, I am everything Max. How are you, friend? Going day. Hello. You said a going day? Is that it? Thank you so much for being here. So let me share with you. It's a new thing you want to be aware of. I'm going to share my screen. So give me 1 second so I can show it with you all. So this is the, hello, how you doing? Harp, I appreciate you being here as well. Oh, good day. Okay, friend. Appreciate you. You know, I'm slow today. Today I feel slow. Feel slow and sluggish because I could have caught that. I should have caught that. Yes, static images. Yeah, there was a few people who wasn't here earlier, so I wanted to make sure I shared this. So this is my system, but this is in the community guidelines. You all have this as well. TikTok sent it to us creator networks to make sure we pass the word along and make sure you guys are all aware this is something you have to pay attention to. So, hello. I caught a creator rewards denial because of this. You said I caught a creator rewards denial because of this. This was recently. It came up because of it. I know they're putting this out there more often. Per mom was it Per Mom Shop? She's a book talk. She's in the agency. She said she got the message. You said it was, I'm assuming it was a few weeks ago, maybe it was a little while ago, a few months ago. But yeah, so she got the message. So you got to be careful. So the very last line here, so essentially what this means is that when producing live content, so when you're in your live creators should not, in all caps, solely display static or non-interactive images. So be careful, okay? So we're going to talk about that. Define low quality. Let's look at the next image, the next thing, because I don't know if there's a good definition, but they said, you know, it just depends. Let me put it here. So here. So it says information on static image with low visual quality can be found in the rules and guidance section of a TikTok app. So they're essentially this is in the community guidelines. So that's where that first sentence. So we got to go there to get a little bit more. When producing live content, live creators should not solely display static or non-interactive images. Such content may be ineligible for the For You feed, and this includes a static, text-based, or motionless image, poorly illuminated live without a visual subject or object. And then it says fixed footage filming a static subject, object, or outdoors. Okay, so again, you got to be careful here. Now, this is the new, hey, friends coming in, iridescence. I keep learning how to get the kind of documents on my screen. I need to learn. Okay, you want to be able to do this? I'll tell you, friend. So essentially what this is saying is that if you have images, so for example, Cardi B, iridescent Cardi B would have fell into this area. I think that's what that was about. So when you have a static text or motionless image, poorly illuminated live without a visual subject, Cardi B. Yes. Cardi B, this is what this is referring to. So, our friend, she used Cardi B, and Cardi B was just on the screen like, TikTok may as well give us, what is that, may as well give us a list of what we can't do. Gosh, geez, what happened? So this is just now, this is not new, it's not new, but it's being enforced. I think they're being very strict about this. So they're being very strict about this. And so essentially, you laughing at me about Cardi B. So please be aware, that's what this says. These examples aren't everything. So unfortunately, pals, they ain't gonna give us everything. They say this ain't everything. But essentially what it is saying, I feel like this was already in place, but no one was listening. I know. TikTok is like, now we're about to enforce it. Yeah, they're enforcing it now. So just be aware, this is a thing. You cannot have static images, okay? There's a couple things I want to say. Okay, so the things they say that could be more interactive, so keep this in mind. TikTok gave us the flash go to. Let's see what TikTok says. Say what now? Hold on one second. I'm going to start over for you guys. TikTok is giving us the heart me. We'll see what TikTok says about the heart me. Okay, let me start at the top. So essentially, this is called what is a static imagery with low visual quality. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate you with the daily heart me. We'll see what happens if we're able to meet it. So what this is saying, thank you for that, is pretty much saying that this is in the new community guidelines. And essentially TikTok says when producing live content, so in your live stream, you should not, live creators should not solely rely on displaying static or non-interactive images. You can't just have a picture on the screen. Can't be a static, non-interactive image, such as such content may be ineligible for the For You feed, and it includes static, text-based, or motionless images, poorly illuminated live without a visual subject or object. So you gotta have lights on. You gotta have visuals. They gotta see you as a subject or some object. So you gotta have lights on. It has to be well lit. I need to say that because sometimes TikTok will give you that message that says it's not well lit. So it has to be well lit. And then it says fixed footage filming a static subject, object, or outdoors. So sometimes you'll go on a live and someone's just showing the lake. And that's it. TikTok says, no, you can't just show some lake and just have your phone filming it and there's nothing being shown or nothing moving. It can't be a fixed image. It has to be movement. And so then the other thing that's here, I want you to say, okay, so these are the things that are kind of acceptable. These are the things that TikTok is saying, these are okay. So it says here, it's not an exhaustive list, but it says essentially interactive activities require or triggered in frame engagement and interaction from the creator and or the viewers, including nonverbal activities with visual movements like facial gestures such as smiling, body gestures such as waving and dancing, movable activities such as cooking, motion filming. So you can move. This basically saying you gotta have movement. You gotta be doing something. You gotta be smiling. You gotta be engaging. There has to be something going on in your life, okay? And so essentially they want to make sure that these interactions, that this is pretty much what it means for the engagement in your room. Give me 1 second, and then they're going to show this, the violation. So I want to show this. Oh, we'll come down. There we go. Okay. So it says the creator will receive a pop-up notification in their live content, so your live stream, and it'll basically say it hits the static imagery with low visual quality policy. Okay, so you can appeal it in the live, but essentially this is the message you'll get. Okay, so just know it's something that you can appeal, but at the end of the day, try to have lights well lit. Try to make sure you don't have a static object that you're just showing and there's no movement. Our friend Per Mom, she's part of the book talk community. She was sitting there reading her book like this. And it wasn't any movement. And TikTok said, oh no. So she got that notification. So she was an example of someone who got it. And she came to my live and asked about it. I was like, I haven't seen that. Now it's there. Now it's there. She said, did something change? And it did become more of a violation. So just keep that in mind. Hello, friend. Thank you so much. You said I gotta print that out. Please tell me where it is. It's in the community guidelines. It said at the top, let me go back. Let me go back to it because it said it. So this is, sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Let me go to the other screen. I think it says at the top of the other one. Thank you all for coming in. It says information on static, the very sentence here, information on static imagery with low visual quality can be found in the rules and guidelines section of the TikTok app. So rules and guidance under, if you go into the live stream, that's where that is, the rules and guidance under the live stream. It's also in the community guidelines, okay? So let me catch up on some comments. I know I might have missed some. Thank you all for being here. We do have a flash goal if we can get 6 more heart me's, if you can. Um, why would you use a static? I mean, people use them all the time. Her merchant. I mean, people have different images on the screen, but yeah, you got to use something. I need to learn how to get to that kind of a document on my screen. Um, this is the green screen feature. This is one of the many green screens. If you're doing effects, let me show you. I'll just do a screenshot of this. I don't know why the toilet paper one is there. So, I know it looks weird. That's me. It's the one in the middle. You see the one with his little hand raised? You see the one next to my hand heart is the heart gesture, but the one in the middle on that top line, his hand is up high, so it's the green screen with his hand raised. That's the one I'm using. Okay? I always want to show that to you guys so you guys know how to use it too. Let me know. I got to catch up on a few more comments. I appreciate you all being here. So, why would you? Her merchant. Let me know if I need to define the low lights, the low quality. TikTok actually says it needs to be well lit. It gives you a message if it doesn't seem if it doesn't think your room is lit enough. So I've seen that before. So let me know if so be careful if you guys are out there. I'm catching up on your comments. I gotta print that out. I wonder what the rationale is. Like, if people are in the chat, who cares? Well, people are not. I mean, people are doing all types of stuff. Earlier, people was like the sleep lives might have done it. Iridescent. I know that's not what you do, but people are doing those sleep lives. But they usually do it with just the audio. But I think some people are doing it with just maybe their live streaming. Besides the example of a rural image, why would you use static images in live? You know, I think people use them as green screens and they just have them up and it's just sharing an image or an information and that's it. So people are doing all types of things in their lives. You said they were gonna make it like TV. Make it like TV, what you mean? Super fans, how you doing, D? Appreciate you being here. Super fans, FYI, super fan popular votes are worth 2 times the point all day today. Really? Oh my God, super fans. Unite. Did not know that. The app ended my live while we were having an active discussion Sunday. Oh, why? What happened? Phenomenal. What happened? Hello, thank you for that daily heartbeat friend. Hey, just hit a dance move now and then. That's it. Does this apply to the nighttime sleep lives with image and plus music? I think so. I think even if music is playing, there's no visual happening. So, or visual, there's just a static image. TikTok says there has to be movement. So I think that's where, maybe this is where it's becoming an issue because people are taking it to another level where they're not even, interacting in the live. I got no notification or anything. You think you got a puzzle maybe? Maybe a puzzle popped up and you just didn't see it? I wonder. I've seen people get that restriction, low visibility, and they were talking in camera, decent light. Interesting. I don't know. TikTok wilding sometimes. Tap, tap, tap. Or they may have the camera on a bookcase and the whole live or something. So again, you're right. Her mom is a book talk person. And so her bookcase is behind her. She was sitting on her Chase Lounge. She has a nice little setup in her live. She was sitting on her Chase Lounge and she was just reading. And apparently that is the case. I almost think about pals, you're live where it's like, okay, it's your time to do work. Well, people are reading together. And so she's sitting there reading, but she's not moving. And there's not enough movement. So she's there. She's just not, she needs to like flick her arms a little bit. She needs to do something, but again, they're not allowing that. So I'm not sure why. So they have to do something else. You so fancy. I missed it here. Did you really? Okay, I go live at 5:30 and need to use that. Yeah, yeah. You can definitely use the different green screens. You know the one with the there's another one I show with the palm, the hand palm. Let me show that one to you guys. I like doing this one. So like if I want to show this one, let's see. Let me do it with it. Hold on. Let me do the hand palm. Let me do this. Okay. So again, what I was telling you, I don't know what's the toilet paper thing about. I'm not sure what that is. But if you look to the hand palm right onto this side, see that hand that's raised? That's the hand palm. And then the one next to it is the one that I always show. But that's another one. Okay. TikTok like TV. That's true. TikTok is like you just can't sit there and have a commercial on the whole time. You got to get back to the regular scheduled program. I'm glad they're getting rid of the laws like that. I agree. I think that is kind of cheating is basic. Drinking coffee on my plate that I made from home. Did you really? you watching TV right now, huh? You said no puzzle. I don't know. Interesting. I had a puzzle and finished it. Oh, did it time out on you though? That might be the next thing. Can we get it to 10K taps to push the live? Oh, sweet. Appreciate that. Yes, let's definitely do that. So you already have what you want to show ready. In my live, when I just did the hand thing, I just pulled that from my camera roll. So when you are live and you go to that's an effect. This is an effect, so that's an effect. You can have things in your camera roll. So when I screenshot it, so when I said, oh, let me show you guys, when I pull it up, I just do a quick screenshot on my phone and it goes to my camera roll and I just pull up that image. So that wasn't done an hour ago or earlier this morning. That was done like 5 minutes ago when I was showing you guys. I just screenshot that. So yeah, thank you so much for that daily heart me friend. Appreciate you being here. We need 2 more heart me's if you guys want to support. 2.5 minutes left. So thank you so much for coming in. Let me know if you want to grab that daily heart me, and you can leave an image up, like if I was recreating a look. Yes. So when I do my other screenshot, yeah, absolutely. So when I did this, I'm in a show and tell mode, huh? So like, yeah. So if I wanted to say this and leave this up here, leave it over here. I don't know where to put it, but yeah. I wanted to leave that down there. I could. Not that I would, but you could. You could leave, like I got too much stuff on my board, on my page right now. But if you had an image where you wanted to show somebody and just had it sitting there, yeah, you absolutely could. You said, I love that. So, yes, flash goal achieved. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you for that support. That's what we're talking about. Thank you so much. Happy Thursday from my twin. I appreciate your twin coming in. Thanks so much, friends. So yeah, so it's up to you, pals. Appreciate you coming back. So yeah, you can absolutely can you say how you did the hand thing again? Sure, D. Which hand thing? The one with the palm? Okay. So let me show it to you. Let's do it one more time, friends. Hey, Trisha T. Let's see. So the one with the palm. Okay. The one with the palm is this. Okay. So you see the effects. It's this one here with the hand palm. See that hand palm? Palm of my hand, the images on my hand. That's a green screen. So if you type in the green screen, you see all the different green images. These are all different types of green screens. And so it'll show you your different green screen options. The one with the hand palm is the one with this one where I'm showing myself. And so you might be talking to your friends and like, hey, I gotta do such and such. Yes, this is what I'm doing. I don't know where that came from, but yes, that's the hand palm friend. Repost. How did you, okay, got it. Yep, that's the hand palm. How did you palm? What's that mean? The hand palm. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate your friend. Thank you for that. Let's see. Yep, palm. Yeah, palm of your hand. Yep, that's what it is. Yep, that's what that is. Hand palm. So You do more voice chats. Oh, that's another thing. So our real life glam closet, she does that quite a bit. She's really into the voice lives. So the audio. Then they said you're doing too much. Laugh out loud. Who said that? I missed the beginning. Sultry Nana. That was your first comment that came in. You said they're doing too much. Um, so the voice audio that people are doing, you'll have those boxes. It's like being on the telephone. So now you just have your voice. And so people have been using that as a sleep live. Okay? So people have been using that to have music playing and essentially set that up as a sleep live. So you could do that if you wanted to create, you know, that type of environment. But it's up to you. I know a lot of people do it, turn it on it later at night, so they'll turn on that feature. Our friend, the Real Glam Life Closet, she had a marathon going on one day last week, so she had it on quite a bit. But it just depends on what you're trying to do. Okay. Um, when you said show your friends, this is what I'm doing. Okay, gotcha. Showing them the different features. Awesome. So, really quickly, some of you who are coming in now, thank you so much, Fire Wellness Woman. It was a method for it to work well. It was a method for it to work well. Oh, you were showing how it could work well, and you did get some engagement over the time over that time frame. You did. You sure did. Um, just really quickly, I'm late. How you doing? Where is the sleep feature? Um, it's the audio. It's an audio feature. Before you start your live, you can switch it to I think it's called the Voice Live. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called Voice Live. So it would be where you get the plus mark and you're about to post video. It's called Voice Chat. Okay, Voice Chat on the left. Yeah, so it's before you start your live. You'll see a screen that gives you different sliding options to do your live, and Voice Chat is what she said it's called. Voice Chat. Oops. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you have the mobile. You also have Live Studio. That's where you have it on the computer. But the voice chat is the feature where people have been using that to make it go live. The Real Glam Life Closet, you're coming up now. I'm going to let you come up, Frank, because I know you use it. Hello. Hello. You're so sad.
This is that Elmo voice.
Oh my gosh.
So really quick, I just wanted to let everybody know, like, the voice chat is cool, but if you're trying to use it for like growth and to help it, push your account to the algorithm and stuff. So what a lot of people do is they'll be on voice chat at night, right?
Night meaning like midnight
or
and
they
above.
get tired. Yeah. And they fall asleep or, whatever. And it just continues playing. But they do it with people who know or who love to talk on their panel. So they come back before that person may even wake up. And they'll have access because a moderator will let them in. And then they can talk before that person comes. So people who work like 9 to 5, sometimes they do it for that reason. Because they're at work and they can't always get on, but they may be there. And they'll just leave, have the chat up. And you don't have to worry about having that picture on the side of the screen where you said it's like they say that you're not doing no movement at all. So that voice chat is really good for that.
Yeah.
But I noticed that when people have already told their followers and their supporters, that's what they're doing. So they always come back to it, right? So it's not just always empty. There may be 2 or 3 people and go in there and then they'll talk to each other. Then they may leave out and come back. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what are some of the things people need to know about it? Because when it comes to gifting, you can gift, but there's some things you can't do. What all the other features are more or less not available, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of like you can't pin anybody when you're on there. You can't pin comments that are down there. I can't think of anything else at the moment. You can't use filters, of course. You cannot bring your face on the screen. It's literally just how you see my screen now. That's the only way it is.
Yeah, it's like little circle boxes. You just see people's photo images in these boxes. I think it's 9 boxes still, because it's like the multi-guest box.
9.
Yeah. So, and you can just hear audio, and some people play music. And so
Yeah.
there's music in the app. There's TikTok music, isn't it? Somebody said that.
Yes. Yes. Or you can just have that off and you can still play
Yep.
music from yours if you want to just, have it in the background. I haven't heard, I don't know a lot of people that do that. Most people use the TikTok music that is in the bottom of the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you, so I've never done the voice chat either. So when you do it, when you say it, when it's in the bottom of the chat, where is it located? What do you mean by
Oh,
that?
I'm sorry. It's in the, when you go to effects, it's down there and it'll have like the little music symbol and it
Gotcha.
says music under it. So you could use that. And they have so many different options of music. So it's probably like maybe 12 or 15 as you scroll over. But if you look down at the bottom of where all those different, because it's like pictures of stuff, and then it'll say like jazz, um, just different genres.
Mm.
But down at the bottom, it'll have like a pause button, and then it has a fast forward button, and you can fast forward, and it'll show you the other options that are available on site. Like if you click on the jazz one, you click that arrow, the fast forward arrow, and it'll go to the next song that's available in the next song. So you don't have to pick the first one that you see. I know a lot of people didn't know about that feature, but yeah.
Mm. So simply Sonia says, she said, I tried it the other day and they immediately violated for the static no movement. So what were you on the voice chat feature?
She probably wasn't on voice. She might have been on the
Regular live with no picture
with the
showing?
panel. Yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
probably was on a panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different one. Yeah, and the reason why I did that live, Dr. Lisa, was for me to see what was going to happen throughout that 8 hour window of it playing by itself, right? People were coming in the chat talking to me like, "Do you even know that you're live?" And I'm like, "No, I was asleep. What are you talking about?" Like, I
Well,
didn't
you know,
even
I
know you
saw
were
from
on.
the agency view. I was like, "This, she has been on 16 hours. What? No,
Yeah,
it was 18, y'all. That's what, well, it was
yeah,
right shy of 18. That's what they
yeah,
messed
like
you
5
up."
minutes, like 5 minutes shy. But I can say that I don't think it's, if you don't have activity, it's not really beneficial to do that because it'll make it look like you're not, like people are not enjoying your content, right? So if you have people come in and they're still talking to each other inside the chat, then that's gonna still, it's gonna bring others from their live, and then they still send gifts, right? So it's like I said, it's a whole process to it. So you gotta know what you're doing. But like I said, I did it on that account. I wasn't worried about it.
So let me say this too. Um, it does not get pushed out to the FYP feed, FYP or
Yeah,
FYF. It does not
yeah,
get pushed out. So there's like
yeah,
really low impressions. That's
yeah,
impressions is what we see from the agency
yeah,
perspective. Very low impressions. So it's really
yeah,
what the Real Glam Life Closet is saying is that you need to make sure your community is coming in and supporting and making sure that they're engaging and that
right.
maybe they share it out with people that they know. But
Yeah,
beyond that, it won't get any true impressions.
yeah, because like I said, I was on there 18 hours, y'all. 17 hours and 55 minutes, and I had 162 views. And I was like, I get more than that on the live when I'm only on there 2 hours. So
Yeah.
I knew that it was, yeah. I didn't think about the FYP part, but I know that that's a lot. So that's why I say having the community to come through there to, talk, and, other people are coming to see them, that's going to all make the difference with you doing those voice chat lives. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Coach
so
Fee,
hopefully
I'm
they
gonna
won't take it away.
yeah. So I'm reading her comments. You said I just started using voice chat because I got flagged too. I had add items in my cart. So you had a shoppable live going on then. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that with
Yeah.
shoppables, right?
Yeah. You gotta
Dr.
be
Lisa?
well. I'm assuming you had not with voice chat though. I'm I'm thinking you had a regular live and items were in your cart. I don't know. I don't know what you meant by that. Were you using voice chat? And then you said I use it to get gifts and I play my own music and I'm featured every night. No, it was a voice chat. And you got yeah, you can't have a voice chat and have shopping items in the shop cart. You're right.
Oh,
You,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they not gonna let you do that. They like, nah.
But you said you get featured every night. Featured by you're saying it gets pushed out. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. It gets pushed out for you. I heard it doesn't get pushed out much, and
Oh,
even the times
I
I've
wonder
seen
if
it.
she means by feature, she means that the person who's actually hosting the page puts her like as the co-host or something. Like I'm trying to figure out what that is.
I think she's saying in terms of it having views. I think she's referring to the views. She's seeing views in her voice chat. She is seeing views. I'm assuming that's what you're
Nice.
saying. Coach Fee, are you saying you get views? How many views are you getting? Do you mind sharing a potential number? So I think that's what that meant, views. But with that, I would say yeah, it is a voice chat is available, so definitely see it. I would say it's about four of you who use it. I think I've seen you use it, iridescent, and then
Yeah.
there's at least 2 to 3 other people who have used it. I talk about the products during my your live. I've talked about the products during my live. Yeah, you got so voice chat. You can't have it as a shoppable because you're not showing yourself. You're not showing the products. So you
Yeah.
definitely can't. You gotta show products so you don't get in violation. You definitely gotta show them. All right. Thanks a lot, friend. I appreciate you. I
Okay. Thank
appreciate it.
you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm letting you down. Oh, you're so funny. Okay, what is voice chat? It is a feature before you go live. If you're on your live screen and you're setting up your title, you're doing all that stuff, right at the very bottom, it'll give you options of how you want to do your live. Voice chat is one of them. So it's like audio. It's the audio version. So you see little circles of people. It's 9 boxes, and you're one of the boxes in the straight audio. Yeah. It's like being on the phone. You just hear the voice. You don't see people. So it gets pushed out every night. It says that the majority of the viewers came because of the FYP. Interesting. It just depends on. Okay. Well. Okay. That's good. Like I said, it's typically not done. They don't push it out too much. Maybe it's the music you're playing. Maybe it's your music. Or you said you're playing your own music. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Maybe your own music is helping. I will have to try one of those live features tonight. There you go, friend. Yeah, so it is there. What I didn't know that was a thing. Oh my, yeah. Like I said, it is people who do it. I mean, I've seen a few of you all do it, and people will do it, and they'll talk to their chat. They'll see the comments coming in, and they'll answer the comments, and then people will come up in the boxes and chat. So, and then people are playing music. Yep. So I'll check my analytics and see how it was for the FYP for you. Okay, yeah, definitely check. Yes, I play warfare, worship, and meditation music all night. Okay, there we go. Black Joy, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. And all my other friends who came in, Miss Jessie, Motivate, Sultry Nana. Sultry Nana, you was talking about shop. Let me know if you had other questions, friend. Let me know when you were asking your question about shop. All the others that came in, Sassy B, I see you, friend. Peaceful Grace, Qatar, America, E Nurse, I see all of you, Trisha T. Thank you so much, Divine Mind. Is it Porous Soap? Thank you so much. All right, friends. Dr. Trish, thank you so much for being here as well. Black Lotus. I'm trying to see, did I miss anybody? I'm trying to see Pals. Love, Universified. Love that worship. Thank you so much. Nika Grace and D as well. Is anyone in the Michigan? Is anyone in Michigan? Let you know. So you're in the Michigan area. I don't think I knew that. Did I know that? You're in Michigan, Midwest girl. I don't know if I've heard too many people from Michigan. Let me know if there's anybody in the chat from Michigan. You said I'm in Detroit. Oh, look at you. Who knew? Coach B. Hey, Soda. How you doing? Okay, so really quickly, y'all. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I will not be able to do my live. I have a friend that's flying in, and they're going on a cruise, her and her family. So I agreed to pick them up from the airport and take them. Timing conflicts with my 10 o'clock. So I wanted to say that because I forgot to say it earlier. My 10 o'clock, I will be putting something in the group chat as well as on my note and story that I won't be here in my notes probably. So I just wanted to say that out loud because I forgot to say it before. So what we were talking about, Janine, I don't know if you heard me earlier. We were just chatting a little bit about the static imagery, low quality images for your live stream. You got to be careful so that you do not get flagged for that. So that there are things that you got to make sure you don't do with your live stream and that you don't get a violation, okay? So I want to make sure people are fully aware and informed and that you can have a successful live, okay? Let me know if there's other questions, but I think I'm still in the pilot program. Um, so Trinetta, what's I guess I'm missing the question. You want to come up again? Let me know. Let's have a quick shop conversation. I want to make sure I answer your question. I'm not sure what happened. I know we were going to try to meet, but we had the conflict. So let me know. I'm sorry, Mom. I had to plug in my phone to charge it. Hello, how you doing, Kim? I came late, but what is low quality? Is it about the background? It's about your lighting too. So there's a new violation that I shouldn't say it's new. I think TikTok is just making sure that agencies are informing people because if your creator, thank you for the populars, if your creator is caught with low quality images and stuff, it can have an impact on the creator's ability to continue to go live because they're going to violate them to the point where they, I think after 6, you lose your live privileges. So they're being very strict about this one. So they're trying to improve the live stream quality and what's happening. So that's the ultimate reason why I have to talk about it because again, this is going to impact your ability to continue your live stream. That's good to know. Yes, yes. So how do you know if you have these? Under the rules and guidelines, if you go, you know what? I'll do it from my other phone. I'll show you. Let's see. Oh my God, I'm sitting in there. I'm gonna do it from my shop page. Let's see. I know I got something from this account because of the restrictions. So it always sits there for you. So let me go. You said, wow, thanks for the number. Is that 6 or for the static imagery one? It's for that particular one. It's the low quality. So it's called static. I gotta go back and look. Static imagery, meaning that there's just a fixed picture or a fixed image and low visual quality. That's the violation. So you gotta be careful about what you're doing. So I'm on my shop page. I'm gonna show you guys where to check to see what you got going on with your account. Okay. Do you have a new account in here? Yes, my launch my income. Yes. He's like, you got an imposter. I don't have an imposter. That's me. You guys can follow it. I should say something. I'm gonna say something real quick. You guys can connect if you choose to, because I'm gonna make this my business account. And let me say hello real quick. I'm gonna make it my business account, and I had to switch this. This one is currently my business account. So that's it, y'all. That's me. That is the real Dr. Lisa. Not anybody fake. And then I'm going to hello everyone. So yeah, this is gonna be my business account. So you guys, if you're in the agency or if you're not, you're welcome to follow it. And I'll be putting information about the agency there. I have a video there I need to take down because actually TikTok said it wasn't original because I put it on this account and I tried to change it up a little bit. It was like it wasn't changed enough. So this so that video I'm gonna change out. But this account is going. I know I was like, what? So this account I'm gonna change that video and I'm gonna put more promotion for the agency on this account. Okay, so that's what you guys will see. And then like when you guys battle and when you do different things, it'll go on this account. Okay, that's exactly how I have to have you listed. The real Dr. Lisa. Nika says I have to do the nickname. Let me show it real quick. So if you want to do a nickname for somebody, hold on one second. Let me show it to you. Oh no, I can't do it. This well, one second. I'll show it. I have to do it a different way. So I'm actually on my page, so I have to go a different way to show it to you. I have to show you for me. Okay, so really quickly, let me show you where you can see your any rules and guidelines. So I'm on the shop. This is the shop account. It says tools and live. I want you to go to TikTok Studio on your page. You're gonna go to the live side. You're gonna scroll down to the part that says tools and resources. My tools and resources has this little arrow here. Yours may have boxes that you can click to. You're looking for the one, crap, it never lets me do it backwards. Okay. It'll pop up like this for me. Yours may be static boxes already there. The one here, rules and guidance. This is where you check. I might have some in here. Let's see, y'all. Do I have any? None. Awesome. 0, 0. So this is where you check your history. You can check here and check active ones. But this is where you check for restrictions. Remember, if you get restrictions in your life, can't you think have a verified account here on TikTok? You said if I should have one by now. They should give me one. I'm gonna look into it. I should look into it, see if I can get something as a verified account. But no, I don't. I think there's like a couple hoops you got to jump through. And so just know this is where you check for rules and guidance, and that's where you check if you're in trouble. Okay. And then the other thing I was going to show you guys real quick. Let me check. I'm going to go on. So my account here, I'm going to go to Dr. Lisa. We know we got my imposters in there. Y'all see all these imposters? Y'all see all these imposters? Y'all see that? TikTok, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I got all the, ooh, let me go ahead. All these people are imposters. The only one that's real is the one that is live right now. Everybody else is fake. Those are fake. That's horrible. Anyway, he said, well, it's crazy. Yeah. And I tried to get rid of them and I hadn't. So let me go here and let me go back to my account. Let me go back. Let me go here. So I'm live right now. If you go here, hold on one second. If you click that arrow, let me show it to you. I'm going to show you again. You see the arrow at the top. You click that arrow. It has customized name. You can create a customized name for me. So it says Dr. Lisa. You could say, like Sultry Nana said, the real Dr. Lisa. The real. You said that's wild. TikTok, you could do better than that with all your restrictions. I know. They need to find ways to get rid of them instead of worrying. Yes. Instead of worrying about the lights. Y'all worry about lights. What about all these fake folks? It's bad. It's bad. I didn't realize. Well, actually, I'm actually kind of surprised and shocked because I didn't realize it was that many. I knew of 5, but that was more like 10. So anyway. I'm gonna report them again. They actually never got back to me about the 5 I reported. So there's 5 more that didn't popped up. Exactly. If any other name comes up as Dr. Lisa, I know it's not her. Exactly. And now you guys know that account you just saved. Go ahead and put a nickname for that one too. Say the real launch your income Dr. Lisa. Per mom, we were talking about the static images, friend. Let me know. I can't. Hold on. I usually would. I would accept. Hold on. Let me accept. I'm gonna accept real quick.
Uh-oh. Hey, Dr. Lisa.
Hello, friend. You saw that. I saw it was you. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna accept.
I appreciate you so much. Yeah, Dr. Lisa, we're talking about good life advice, and I'm telling the people what I should have learned years ago, but I deal with a lot of young adults from about the age of 18 to 35. And so what I wanted to talk about was 4 practical life corners, and I want you to give your insight. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. And so this is what it's about. Something happened today that really touched my heart.
Okay.
And you never know. You know, are your affairs in order? Is what it's really about. Are your affairs in order? And so many times our affairs are not because we don't have good life. We don't make good life choices.
Right. Exactly.
Okay? So this is one of the things I said. So this is one of my practical life corners. Build a good work ethic. Mm-hmm. You know, so many times people tell us, you know, or people want the fun things in life. We want all the joy.
and what makes us happy. People think other things or jobs make us happy, but first, happiness has to be found within ourselves.
That's fair.
So happiness has to be found within ourselves. So how do we build a good work ethic? We need to be on time, don't we, Dr. Lisa?
Yes, we do. Consistent
We need to
on
be on
time.
time. We need to be on time. We need to be able to follow instructions. All right. I thank each and every one of y'all for coming in. If anybody wants to come up, we're going to have a multi-guest live today. But like I said, Dr. Lisa, you can input or you don't have to. But Dr. Lisa, hey, no, this is Doc. Thank you all so much. Let me tell you, Dr. Lisa is in the house. Dr. Lisa is in the house. I thank you so much for joining.
You're so
Hey,
welcome.
Miss Jessie, like I said, we are having, if you would like to come up and give some insight, on good practical life tips. So our first one is build a good work ethic. How do we do that? We're on time.
Okay.
We be on time for work. So many times our parents, we can't even be on time for school, Dr. Lisa.
Yeah.
When we were going to school, how many times did our parents have to come wake us up and they, push us and whatnot? Thank you. We're doing well today. Thank you, Miss Jessie. We're doing marvelous. Like I said, if you would like to come up and give some insight, we got Dr. Lisa in the house on our panel. If you would like to come in and give some insight as we go through.
So J Money, let me say something. You invited me as a co-host, so they would have to go to their room, start the live, and join as a co-host, and we can only have up to 4 people.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have really guests right now.
I seen it come up. All right, so y'all heard what Dr. Lisa said. Go to your room.
Start your live.
All right, start your live, and that helps you with your engagement. Hey, it's working well every way, y'all.
Exactly.
So that means that I can have 3 more people.
You could have 2 more, just 2 more. Just me, you, and 2 more people.
Okay. But that's still, because most people don't like to get up and talk, Dr. Lisa. So they may or may not even come. Y'all, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. So Dr. Lisa is my co-host today. I told you, I get help from everywhere out here, Dr. Lisa. I'm still in the learning process, y'all. If you did not know, my name is Sandra. They call me J Money out here on these TikTok streets, y'all. I'm out here enjoying the park today. The weather has gotten much cooler down here in southwest Arkansas. And like I said, something touched me today, and I was out busier early this morning with my daughter, but it touched me so. It touched me so that I wanted to be able to speak upon it.
Okay.
So some people just don't know, and you never know when your last day is. You hear me? Hey, look at that. Hello from Dr. Lisa's room. Hey. There you go. We appreciate you. Thank you, Coach Chantel. We appreciate y'all. All right. So, build a good work ethic.
Okay.
Be on time. Be diligent and follow instructions. Go above and beyond. Even though your job may not appreciate you. Even though your job doesn't say add a girl, add a boy. Because God sees all and He knows all. Thank you so much, Coach Chantel. I appreciate y'all so much. Make sure that y'all come on in, and y'all are doing most marvelous. Dr. Lisa is my co-host. I got room for 2 more. Dr. Lisa done got me all the way right. Done got me all the way straight. Look here. I'm still learning.
I love it.
Like I said, the way I don't know, Dr. Lisa, when it come up and do one thing, and sometimes when I put in another, I said, but I don't look here. If I went live more often, I would know.
You know what? But you are seriously. That's the whole point of this. You got to start somewhere. And a lot of people don't even take the action. They just sit back and watch and stuff. And I know you come to live rooms. I know you're a big supporter. And at the end of the day, this is your time too. You can go live. You can build your community. And people can support you. So that's the whole point of this. Yeah.
That's why Doc is who she is. Doc is Doc, y'all.
He's so sweet.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Dr. Lisa. And, She has great information to share, to impart into us. Hey, Love University. Thank you so much. Universify.
I had to pause too with it.
I said love Universify. That's what I'm talking about. But we're talking about some good practical advice. And Dr. Lisa is gonna chime in here after I get myself out. So as we said, build a good work ethic, be on time, be diligent, and follow instructions.
Yes.
Go above and beyond. Now that's really for those 18 to 20, 25. Because who I work with, Dr. Lisa, I am a nurse, y'all. I am a long-term care nurse. I have been for 20 plus years. I deal with up-and-coming certified nurses aides or CNAs, as y'all might know. Some of them are caregivers in the home, but we call them, nurses aides or certified nurses aide in a nursing home setting. Or and dealing with our residents. And what I have seen, Dr. Lisa, they're so high strung. Their attitude based on their trauma, based on how they were treated, based on how they were raised, and some just never seem to grasp hold that people are trying to help them.
Yeah.
So what I have seen is that they'd rather give you lip service, until someone with some wisdom, welcome in the room, everybody. A little insight and pull them to the side because they think the whole world is against them,
Right.
So what do you have to input with that? Why would you think that? Now I think your children are young. I think.
Oh no, I got some young adults and the toddler. I got both spectrums.
That's what messed me up.
The toddler. He ain't a toddler no more. My husband told me to quit calling him that. He is a 5-year-old. He is in kindergarten. So he's not a toddler anymore. It is. But yeah, we have the college kids too. So we're a blended family. So my daughter is 20 and she turned 20 in August, and my younger bonus son is 20 as well. And then the oldest one, all three of them actually as of today are all 20. All three of them. The oldest one, he turns 21 in October. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the ones that think they know it all. Think they know it all. Think they grown enough.
They haven't been in the world to know enough of anything.
Exactly.
And I said, where do y'all get? I have a granddaughter who is 22 that I helped to raise. Sometimes she zooms through my room. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for coming in and sharing this out. And Senator Hartley, if you would like to come up and be a co-host, I'm stressing that. Dr. Lisa said we got 2 more spots. But today, y'all, we are talking about good advice about life. And Dr. Lisa, if you can share, what did you tell your young adults about life and what to expect? Because the world is not always yes for them, nor should it be always yes for them at home. Give us a little insight, Dr. Lisa.
Well, for them, I mean, we were pretty strict about how we ran our home because obviously we were trying to make sure that they were able to be self-sufficient. They graduated high school, they got into college, and they were starting to make some choices that would be hopefully positive choices that would take them into their careers and being able to be self-sufficient adults, and that's something we always talked about, like, hey, y'all can stay here, you can always come back home. At the same time, you gotta have a plan. There is a plan in play. And so for them, they don't know that they need what they need to do, especially being so young and impressionable. So we want to make sure that they are always thinking about the future. And so every summer we had activities for them to do, whether it was like enrichment activities or, they had a couple different, like my daughter, she just did her program this summer where she went to Italy, but she was taking summer school classes online. The year before that, she did another enrichment program where she was doing a pre-health experience enrichment program. So she went to Alabama, and so we live in Florida, so she went for the summer in Alabama for a program. So, and then the boys were the same, so they did programs too. So we were always making sure that they understood that right now is just the present, but you got to focus on your future. And so we would often make sure that they were thinking about future plans and goals and stuff they had.
Dr. Lisa, I want to bring this out. You stressed about, you always kept it at the forefront of their mind about, we're not just focusing on the present, we're focusing on the future.
Yeah.
And so many times we as parents, and also that you can always come home.
Yeah.
Hey, children.
Yeah.
Dr. Lisa, they don't know that because in most black folks' homes, what are we doing at 18? Oh, my time is almost up.
Yeah.
Better get yourself together. You either going to work or going to school. And usually we don't mind our children staying, but what are your plans?
Yeah.
And see, we like to wait until they're in their last year of school.
Exactly.
Huh? We like to wait until they're a senior or wait till they're in high school to start saying, okay, what are your goals? We should have been talking about that when they were 5 and 6 years old, giving them options and choices. But sometimes we aren't as good with that. Why? Because some households are single parent households. Yeah. But I always told mine, even in the single parent household, I always encourage but how I grew up was be a hard worker. Be a good worker, but now these kids, my grandbabies, one is 26, both girls, one 26 and one 22. Thank you so much for those heart meetings. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Thank you, Your Majesty. I appreciate you. We are talking about good life. We're talking about some good pointers, some good life pointers. If you would like to come up and be, thank you for those poplars. If I have 2 spots available.
For the co-host?
Dr. Lisa is my co-host. She is a creator network agency. So y'all make sure y'all go check out her page. She comes on. Tell me your time. Tell them your time, Dr. Lisa.
10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern every day. Although tomorrow I do have to take the day off. I have to pick up some friends from the airport. So I will be here at 4, not at my 10. So I'll be back at 4 for tomorrow.
So y'all go check out Dr. Lisa. She always dropping gems over there. Always got the 411. Always got the tea. So y'all check her out. And she's so pleasant, y'all. She is just always so pleasant. So pleasant.
Yes.
So we thank God for that. So let me get. So as I was saying, build a good job. Build a good work ethic. Be on time. Be diligent and be able to follow instructions, be able to be coachable and teachable. Many people aren't that. Oh, that's what I was saying. So many times we tend to push our children out of the household when they're not ready.
Right.
And as a single parent, I raised children by myself, but all I knew was work, because that's how I grew up, Dr. Lisa, working.
Yeah.
Slop hog. I worked out. We didn't have a farm per se, but we lived sort of like in a rural area, near the highway. But I had hogs. We had a little garden. We had about 2 acres, so I picked peas. I shelled peas on a Saturday morning. Went to the peach farm and picked that on a Saturday morning during the summer. So I know about hard work. I know about being diligent and good work ethics, because a good name. So I helped to build myself a good name based off of my daddy's good name. A lot of times we can get favors, or we'll get blessings based on our parents' name. So that's what happened with me. But now, this crew of kids, what do they know to do other than be in social media? The phones and the laptops and all those things, all the streaming services. That's what we had for them to do. So what is the hard work that they know? Not much. They are soft laborers.
Right.
Laborers, y'all. Me, I'm physical. 12 years Army. Worked at the post office for 8 years. All that stuff is physical. So now I'm having to use my mind, even though I've been partially creative, but now it's taken a little longer because why I did not come up with that. My grandbaby texted me yesterday. She said, "Oh, Mimi, I was just thinking about you." And she said, "I know you don't." I think she said, "I know you don't." And she did an OTP. And you know me, I'm like, an OTP. She said, I know you like to talk, but I don't like the OTP. And it took me a while to figure out that was on the phone.
Oh, Lord. It's an OTP.
I said, OTP? She's 22 now. So she talks about my slang. I said, girl, don't nobody know nothing about all those acronyms. But she doesn't like, because we grew up in different eras. I grew up reading. She grew up behind the phone.
Yeah.
So You know what, Dr. Lisa, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stand here, but these ducks is coming my way.
Okay, okay.
I'm going to stand here as long as I can, and then I may have to move around. And they're coming closer, and I don't have any food. Because I told you, I'm at the park, y'all. Oh, no. Okay, y'all, I'm going to turn it around so you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see them?
I think I do see them waddling over there. They're dark ducks. Yeah,
Yeah, they're real dark.
yeah, I see them.
The whole gabble. I don't know how long.
You said this is Arkansas? That's where you at?
Arkansas.
Okay.
Look here.
Okay.
Let me already. Y'all forgive me. Let me already move. Because they getting closer and closer. Y'all? Lord, have mercy. Jesus. The squirrel on the table over there. Oh my God. Y'all forgive me.
My son and I, we were walking to school this morning, and a deer came across our crosswalk, and we stopped and we looked, and the deer looked at us. We looked at it and just kept walking down the street. I was like, what is happening? My son was like, "Is deers all out here?" I was like, "I guess so."
Y'all, do you know these animals have gotten bolder?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
What is going on? It's like they're thinking almost human-like.
Yeah.
I said, now wait a minute. Yeah, they were getting too close for comfort. Y'all.
Nika said that's because people feed them. Yeah, the people are feeding the animals.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and so our community has a little conservation area behind it, and so I think the deers live back there. And they come out early in the morning, and in this case, it was pretty. It was like 7:30. I was like, wow.
All right, y'all. Now I'm out of breath.
Yeah, just said that over
Let's do
here.
a little trick. But I think we all right now, y'all. All right. So we talked about building a good work ethic. The second thing I got for you, the second pointer, is don't spend every dime you make. Real cut dry. Don't spend every dollar that you get for allowance. Don't spend every dime that you get for your Christmas, holidays, birthday, things like that. Once again, thank y'all for coming in. Sharing your heartbeat, all that wonderful stuff. Clapping, sharing, telling your friends about, and you're going to share this with your friends so they'll know, your grandchildren, and your friends so they'll know about some good life advice. Okay?
Exactly.
All right. So don't spend every dime you make. Why is it? And like I said, this is something that I have learned, but I learned it later in life. My daddy and mom taught me how to save. Okay? Set some money aside for a rainy day. Thank you so much, Your Majesty, for sharing this out. Thank you once again. How to save. But what I've learned, Dr. Lisa, as I've gotten older in the chat room, is that money is currency. Like a current, it needs to always be in motion. How did I learn that? I got into based with an online podcast, and I was just listening, and I said, well, it makes sense, if we look and we take the time to do some research for ourselves. So this is what I learned from this podcaster. He said teruma. Now we're talking some things that are spiritual and some church things, but this word is a Jewish term, so it's not new to them, but it was new for me. They call it the teruma. Tarumah, and it's called out of your gross income. You take 2.5%, and you give it to someone like a coach or a mentor or a pastor, someone that is trustworthy, somebody that you can, that you have trust. Of course, the Bible talks about put your trust in no man, but you have to be. We trust the banks, don't we?
Right.
We have to trust certain people to be able to accomplish certain things.
Yeah. So
I learned that 2.5%. Then I learned, I've always known this, give 10% to whatever your church is, okay? Wherever you fellowship or worship, how about that? Wherever you have your spiritual connections with other people, sometimes people don't even go to church. Let me see, there we go. Sometimes people don't even go to church. I have to watch out for the ducks, y'all. Yep, see, they just kept moving on. They moving on towards my cars, all my Lord. But once again, thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for liking and sharing. I learned that giving 10%, that's giving back to God. I know most people say about giving to, the preachers do this, but they've given it a bad name. But if you don't find that your money is being used for what you think it should be used for, people, wherever you worship at, you got to have a place to turn on some lights, some water, use the bathroom.
Right.
Okay. Then we have another 10% that goes to, that's divided into thirds. Mm-hmm. You have it going to, for your vacation. You can also have it going to the poor, those who are less fortunate. Some of those, what do we call them? The people that we see that are homeless, panhandling. They call it panhandling. Okay, so those people, if you choose to, and some folks say, well, I don't have this and that. Hey, all you got to do is whip it, and you're saving this from every check. If you get paid every 2 weeks or once a month, you set aside that. Even if you are on a fixed income, because you know what tends to happen, Dr. Lisa, the more money we make, what do we usually do?
Oh, we spend. Yeah.
We spend. Uh-huh. So we have learned, hey, Miss Teresa, that's Miss Teresa. So that's what I've learned. So, and the third one, I couldn't remember the third because I told you I was doing this off the dome as I was sitting at the park. I was eating, and this situation, it affected me so much this morning. I just like, such a nice person, but I'll tell you all about that as we go on. So, build a good work ethic. Don't spend every dime you make, and learn how to give back. Hey, Miss Teresa, thank you. Now, Miss Teresa, you may want to come up. Dr. Lisa said I got room for two more co-hosts. So, what would you like to give insight on, Dr. Lisa, on how you taught your children how to be studious or astute over their finances? Because now they are young adults, and I'm sure that they're either working or that you're sending them, you and your family, you and your spouse are sending them a little stipend, so they have to spend. Maybe you're sending it, okay, this is what you get for a month for snacks or whatever. So how do you think, I'm passing through today, I'll support in the chat. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, for our kids, we always taught them the importance of charity and giving back in that way from their time, mainly. Not necessarily the money, but their time. And so a percentage of their time, essentially. They all got, in Florida, I don't know if you guys know Florida, people in Florida probably know there's a scholarship called Bright Futures that the state will assign kids. It's based on your grades and it's based on your community service. And so all of our kids got the Bright Future Scholarship, and they gave their time. So over the course of their time in high school and in elementary school, because I worked at a college all my entire career, and my daughter, before I married my husband, my daughter would be right with me, and I worked in student affairs. So there was always community service events and programs and stuff that we were doing. So she would come with me. So she was used to giving back and doing service. But really, by the time she graduated, in the boys, they had to do at least 100 hours to get the Right Futures scholarship for community service. So our kids had my daughter had 400 hours. The boys had 250 each. And so they did a lot of service in that way. And then when my daughter's looking to go into healthcare, so she still volunteers. From the moment she stepped foot on campus, we set her up with one of the local hospitals where she's been volunteering at the hospital since her freshman year. She's a junior now. And then our boys do the same thing. They'll do the food banks a couple times a year. My oldest boy in particular, he's always doing service. And then we make them save when they job. Both boys work. My daughter didn't have to work as much because she was a volleyball player. she was doing the community service stuff. But both boys worked their entire time in high school, and they would. My husband made sure that they put money in savings.
That's awesome, Dr. Lisa. And that was the other one. That was the third one, charity. Mm-hmm. That was the other one. So, and when you do it in thirds, it's that 2.5% to a coach like yourself, mm-hmm. or to a mentor, someone that is in the position where you want to go. or maybe a pastor, maybe you, and you know what, we complain so much about those who are in higher positions who are feeding us, and we're wondering, well, why is it they have this and why is it they have that? Well, maybe they're good stewards, who's to say? But that was the third. So you got your 2.5% of your teruma. You have your 10% to give back to a ministry or wherever you frequent for spiritual feeding or spiritual food, and then you divide it up. Then you got another 10% that you divide up by charity, by your vacation money, or to those who are less fortunate. Like the people that you see on the streets or that are truly having a hard time. And remember this, y'all, just because we see everybody on the street and they look homeless, not everybody is homeless. Right. I work for a 501c3, and so I deal with a lot of homeless. I deal with a mission, a mission type environment where they get donations and funds from the community. Everybody is not who they present themselves to be. Okay, so y'all make sure you use discernment, but even if you did, make sure that whatever you give out, you don't expect it back. Not from them, not from man. God is your rewarder. So you make sure that whoever you call your higher power, I call mine God. God, he is my creator. You weren't born in a petri dish. Now, let's be clear. So get that straight with you, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Stay focused, Andrew. You got to make sure, whenever you give out your money, teach your children. Don't wait till they're adults. Right. Teach your children how to give back. And I think that's awesome, Dr. Lisa. Talk your children. And that's what so many of our children don't know. They expect everything to be given to them, but they forget that to be a good giver, you got to be able to, not only to receive, but you got to also be able to give out to others who are less fortunate. This is what I tell some of my students sometimes that I teach. And I forgot to say, hey, Miss Teresa, and I wanted to say hello, Darlene. I seen you earlier. Thank you so much for coming in. Continue to share this out with your friends. I hope that you'll be able to share, or this conversation or this chat will be able to encourage you to speak to your grandchildren or some of your nieces and nephews, or maybe even your own children if you have young children at home. This might even be good for you. Hey, Hazel Takes, you might even be able to use this for yourself. Maybe you haven't made the best choices in life with your finances. Maybe you've spent every dime you have. Maybe you've lost things. Maybe you've invested in people. Maybe you've invested in certain projects and you didn't see a good return on your investment. Well, we have to be discerning with that. Or you gave most of your money to people outside of your household. Maybe you won a lottery. Maybe you went to the casino or bingo, whatever you did, and you thought that you could be, thank you so much for those. You thought, well, I'm gonna be generous because it's my family. But when you were in need, right, what did you get in return? Exactly. Nothing. But good afternoon, Coach Rhonda. Whatever you give out, as I like to say, whatever you mete out, don't always expect it in return from those that you gave it to. Expect your return from the Lord. Exactly. He will see you, he sees you, and he sees all, and he knows all, and he shall be your rewarder. All right. Okay? So let's go on to our third one. All right? So we've already went through two good points, two good practical points. Okay. Build a good work ethic, and don't spend all your money. Don't spend every dime. Okay? All right? This is our third one. Stay out of other folks' business. Okay. Come on now. Stay out of other folks' business. 1 Thessalonians 4:11-12 says, study to be quiet. Mind your own. Now, this is me surmising. Mind your own self-business. Huh? That's what it says. Go read it. 1 Thessalonians 4. Chapter 4, verses 11 and 12. Study to be quiet. Stop always having an opinion, even though we got one. Sometimes your opinions need to be kept to yourself. Sometimes your opinions need to be kept to yourself. it's not always necessary. The quietest person in the room is usually the wisest person in the room. The quietest person in the room is usually the wisest person in the room. Sometimes we speak when necessary. Huh? Come on now. Help me out. Miss Latte. Come on now. Miss Latte. We don't always have to tell everybody what we know and what we doing, because that's how sometimes we get in trouble now. Oh, she thinks she know everything. And then don't be moved by other folks' opinions.
Right.
Sometimes you want people to feel safe. Now, Dr. Lisa, this is just what I be thinking sometimes. You want to be seen. That's why you always jaw jacking. You ain't got nothing else to say. You want to be seen with your needy self. Huh? I call them needy. They always are talking. Thank you so much for helping me complete my live goal. Appreciate that. So, you always yakking. So, what do we usually have to do? Because I told you I'm a CNA instructor, y'all. So, I teach young adults from the ages of 18 up to 73. And it's usually those between 18 and 30, those that are what they consider, I got anxiety. That's the first thing out their mouth when you have to ask them, sugar, we're trying to teach here, and you always raising it. Now, Brandon, I'm not trying to keep you from asking a question, but can you please let me finish the statement? Can you please let me finish what I'm trying to teach? I don't know. You got to drop a heart me, sir. You want to come up? Drop a heart me.
I don't know.
Let me see who you are.
I was going to say, we might want to see who that is first.
Yeah. So let me. But I told you what to say now. We talking. Look here. We talking about some good life. Like want to be a good listener. Huh? Mind your own self business if you ain't got nothing good to say now.
Exactly.
So let me set up my goal. Let me set up a new goal. Y'all keep chatting. Yeah. I tell you what, y'all. Once again, y'all go ahead and y'all give Dr. Lisa, y'all go check out Dr. Lisa's page over there, y'all. She is a creator network agency. She be putting out good info over there. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Teresa Dunstan's page. She also helps assist me in these things. These folks here have helped to teach me. Y'all, I've only been on, let me tell you, I've only been on TikTok now since I've been on here for 4 or 5 years. But I've just become serious about content creation. Because I was always going through and liking stuff, but as I've heard people say, like and scroll. But now, y'all, I'm over 60, and I'm trying to find me some extra income out here in these TikTok. Thank you so much, Miss Jessie. She said you're doing great. Bless the Lord on my soul. And all that is within me. Thank you so much for that encouragement. And thank you, Miss K. Latte. Thank y'all. So, y'all, I've always been good with jaw jacking and talking because I was in the military for 12 years. Whenever you're in supervisory and management position, what are you always doing? Talking, teaching, training. Yeah. But over here, TikTok got you in a sort of kind of a strict box, and every level you go to, which is like basic AIT and talking and advanced training, you got to sort of adjust. And I've been doing. I've taught Sunday school, y'all. I've ministered sermons or taught sermons. I've ministered a few messages, but I can talk about anything at any given time because of what God has given me. But over here, you got to be structured. You got to see what people want to hear. Matter of fact, y'all, I want to give some insight. I got this from Creator Insights. Huh? I want to give my own self a hand.
What you mean you got it from Creator Search Insights? The topic here?
Okay. The topic.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It talked about exactly what my topic is about good advice for life. And I said, well, and I believe, y'all, I changed. If y'all noticed, I had spoken to, well, I had mentioned this on live the other night. I said that I was thinking about changing my bio. I said, because it still keeps leading back to nursing and teaching. So I said, I want to be able to get more engagers and viewers, because what I found that is working the best is the movement part, the teaching of something. So I said, well, I'm going to change my bio, and I did that. And I said, well, we go see where that goes. So I noticed I've been getting more things in my notifications.
Okay.
I said, oh, well, so TikTok does see, and they do hear. So I just want to give a hand out to myself. Oh, y'all. Like I said, it's still a lot of different places to roll, but if I go live more often, y'all, I'm sure that I'll get it. And once you get it, y'all, all you have to do is wash, rinse, and repeat.
Exactly.
That's
it. That's it.
And then when you have great people like Miss Lisa, she's always talking. Now remember, TikTok can change at any time, y'all. They're always changing. I'm not saying they're always changing. They're always evolving. That's what keeps it fresh. Nothing over here gets stale. Let's be clear. Nothing over here is stale or redundant. So now the only thing redundant is you coming on live. But you should be talking about almost something different. Not all the time, especially when you're a creator network agency, because there's new people coming in all the time. So what are you doing? It's repetitive work. It's repetition. That's all it is. Repetition and redundancy. Isn't that what teachers do? Repeat and be redundant over the same things. Our responsibility is to pick up what they're learning, be coachable and teachable so that we can share with somebody else. All right, so we were talking about staying out of other folks' business. Now, this is the third one. I got 4 practical tips. This is the third one. I first want to tell you, thank each and every one of y'all for coming in. Thank you for helping me to meet my live goals. Thank y'all for sharing this out, liking, tapping. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for just being here in the chat room, just chatting it up. I thank you for coming and believing that I got something important to say. Amen. Amen. I want to thank Dr. Lisa for being my co-host today. You have blessed my soul. Dr. Lisa blessed all my parts. So today, y'all, we talking about good good advice for life. And my name is Sandra. They call me J Money out here on these TikTok streets. So I'm thanking each and every one of y'all for stopping by. You stop by, you give, you share. I bless you for all that you do, and may it be returned to you 100-fold. So we are on our third point, y'all.
Exactly.
Stay out of other folks' business. I said sometimes you talk too much. This is just what I see. Now, some of y'all may experience different things. Sometimes you want people to feel sorry for you, and you use manipulation as a draw factor. Uh-oh. This is just what I told you that I'm dealing with the younger people, about that 18 to 30, and I can see it because being at the front of the class and looking out over my students, I'm looking, and their eyes are shifting, Dr. Lisa, seeing I give them the attention they want. I sure do, because I'm good with a clap back. I'm good with a clap back. And I said, can we assist you with something, or do you have something that is worthy to be contributed to the class today? No, ma'am. Well, then, you're sleepy if you're tired. We'll see how you demonstrate when you come up here to do your skill. Okay? Because it would be greatly, I would like to use, it would be greatly appreciated that if you don't have anything to share at this time, that you share it when you come up to do your skill. What happens when they come up to do their skill, Dr. Lisa? They don't know.
They ain't ready. Yep, that's
They ain't
it.
ready. Come on. They ain't ready. They not ready. And I'll pull them to the side. But I'm in front of them already. So now I'm gonna pull you to the side. So if you weren't ready ready. What was all that talking about? Well, Miss Jones, I said, well, let's not do that because you are a distraction to me and you are a distraction to your classmates who are intentionally here to learn. They got state boards to pass.
All right.
So let's do that. Let's practice, paying attention. If you're sleeping, get a snack. I don't mind you eating in class. Thank you, Dr. Trish. I don't mind you getting a snack, a little something to drink. We got a little freedom here, but don't keep interrupting.
Right.
Don't keep being a nuisance and a bother. Dr. Lisa is so much kinder. I don't see her, but when folks like my guy came up a while ago, she said, and she'll call you friend. It's the easy thing. She call you friend. Hey, friend. I'll be like, She eating them up and they don't even know. Dr. Lisa, with me, it's just my look. I'm irritated as soon as you start, as folks start talking. My face will tell you everything you want to know. Like, get your silly self somewhere. Some people are very nice, and Dr. Lisa is one. Praise God. Thank each and every.
Look at you. Salad.
I thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all, come on now. Coach Success. Thank you. Those were cool. Stay focused, Sandra. Get back to it. All right. And that's what I said. Take your needy self and sit somewhere. Now, and I think I mentioned earlier, and this is back on number 1, I believe, everybody has an opinion. Remember that. And remember this, y'all. We can't hold everybody to our standards.
Yeah.
That's what I learned many years ago, especially from my children, because if they came from my womb, I'm like, why you not achieving that? Why you not doing? This is just my thinking now. As a young mother, I was pregnant at 16, so I'm like, why you don't know that? Trying to hold you because you came from my loins. You came from me. But my daddy reminded me. He's gone on. He's transitioned. He said, you got to remember, daughter. He always called me daughter when I got older. He said, daughter, you got to remember, there's another side of the DNA.
Yeah.
I said, oh.
Yeah.
Daddy, you sure right.
Yeah. My mother would say, be careful who you have your kids by.
That's really what he said. He said, now, you got children. He said, you got to be careful who you lie down with. I said, yeah, so right. You sure? We got to be careful spreading ourselves around so thinly, people. And I think, because of the neediness, because of the loneliness, alive, I think maybe last week, y'all, I talked about the decline of the adult mind. All the anxiety that people are going through. It's because we stay behind these phones too much. What does TikTok have us doing? They got us moving. Y'all, it takes a lot of work to just put together, even if you batch content creating. And I got all kind of topics, but to be able to present it where it is quality. I can talk about anything, but you want people to have takeaways. You want people to be able to go and use what you say. Now, we can get on here and act sort of silly sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, people come for information. They come for how to use what we're presenting. So I want you to be able to go back and use what I'm putting out there to you.
Exactly.
So I pray that you get something from it. Continue to tap. So let me carry on. All right. So everybody has an opinion. This is still number 3. Stay out of other folks' business and keep them out of yours. Okay? Everybody has an opinion. If you don't want to hear it, then study to be quiet. Remember I talked about that?
Mm-hmm.
And get somewhere and read, learn, and grow.
Okay.
What say you, Dr. Lisa?
Okay. No, I agree with all those. Those are spot on. Those are life lessons. And our young people need to hear that more often. They definitely need to know that.
But who's teaching them, Dr. Lisa? Where are the women with the wisdom? Like I said, I'm teaching them. But where are these grandmamas? Where the mamas don't know. We just go. the mamas out of them because why? The mothers are getting younger and younger.
Yeah.
Most of them are working. Some of them are not. But those who are working, they're tired. I was talking to one young mom, Dr. Lisa. She worked 2 jobs, and we just finished clinicals. Real young. She was in the military. The weekend warrior is what I call it, the play army. But she was in for about 8 years. She was a young woman, 27, 28 or so. She had a 2-year-old, but she would always come, and she was working up till almost 11 o'clock at night. She'd get out of class from 8 to 4, then she'd go work from 4 to 11, sometimes 12, and then she'd have to get up, rinse and repeat, and get up again, maybe about 6 with her 2-year-old. So the child would have taken a nap that afternoon, and when she got home, what is he up? What is he? He's up all night. And you could see almost because the body is getting no rest. But she wanted to keep that up. I said, baby, if you can, the baby's not in school, but I said he's going to be starting school in about another year. So next year, he'll be in school. What are you going to do if he can't sit still and be quiet? So a lot of young mommies don't know, Dr. Lisa. All they know is like I used to know, work. That's all I know. It's to work. But I learned, I read, and by the time my second child came along, I was 16 with my first. I was not a parent. I was just somebody's mom.
Okay.
But 10 years later, at 28, when I had my second child, I was a better parent. At least that's what my baby tells me. She's 34 now. So she tells me, she said, Mama, she said, I appreciate you being, she said, all I can remember that you was a good mom. I said, oh. She said, you worked a lot, and that's where she gets some of her work ethic from. So they learn from seeing sometimes. But y'all, we've got to do better. And now we have to say, everybody doesn't have to go to college. I didn't believe it then, but now everybody, you don't have to go to college because there's too much content creation out here for you to have to do that. Okay? So we are on number 4. Remember I told you I had 4 practical tips that I wanted you to learn from. Now this is the clincher to the whole thing, y'all. And this is where I have a little story for you. This is, it says, get some life insurance. Y'all, get you some life insurance. Well, I don't know what that is. I'm not spending all my money in doing this, honey. It's not always about, everybody's not going to have a 401k. Everybody's not going to have a pension. I haven't been allowed to work in a job long enough to be able to draw anything like that because I have an assignment.
Right.
My assignment is dealing with the young women. So those of you, and then think about that company where, it starts with the E. Think of that company that took all those folks' money, took all their 401ks. You know which one of the 4-letter, the 5-letter word. I don't know if we can say that because that gets into political stuff and whatnot, but it's the big E. So think about that, y'all. And the reason why I say that because I was sitting in and having me my free breakfast sandwich off of my app, and I was sitting and having my senior cup of coffee. You know where the elders go on those mornings when they don't have to work and when they're retired. Where do they go? They sit and they gossip. Yeah. Y'all know where they go. So I usually cook breakfast at home, but when I woke up, because I'm usually at work all the time, during the day. So I said, let me go out, get my free breakfast sandwich and get me $1. Hey, honestly, Carolyn, thank you for coming in and getting your heart me.
Yes.
Get that sun out my face a little bit. Yeah. So when I went out, I had read about the situation, and it was a young gentleman. And because, like I said, we're a small community, so everybody knows everybody. Okay. We're a small community of about less than 5,000 people. This young sir, he was younger than 45, so he was about maybe early 40s, maybe about 40 to 43. Had just maybe about the last 3 to 4 years, he had built up some restaurants in town and was doing well, and he was friendly Oh gosh. Every time he had some hard knocks. I mean, he was able to tell that. But I used to work at Easy Mart, so he'd always come in and you'd call his name, and he was always loud and boisterous, nice guy. He didn't open up his eyes this morning, Dr. Lisa. Y'all, happened somewhere late last night. Down a road that I used to, so I know the record, in this town or in my town, they have, scanners. Everybody got scanners, so I can't give specifics, but I do know he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
Now, y'all. Wow! Did he have insurance? He had 3 to 4 restaurants. He had, I know, 3, a minimum of 3 in different locations. He was the business.
Yeah.
He was very creative, very pleasant. Had a barbecue spot, hamburger joint. He even took over a hamburger joint, bought it out. He had 3 businesses going at once. One was like a country type place where you sit down, good country food, southern cooking. Another one was like your hamburger, fries, fish and stuff. The other one had a beautiful mural done up that had barbecue. Was doing all the things.
Yeah.
Down a road, somewhere at 11:30, because people came out. Now I'm sitting over there and I was just like, Lord, help his family, because I knew he was a young man. But the older people, because they was going to their Facebook and looking and searching, they said, well, so and so called me this morning and said they had to do this and so. I said, God. And what I found out also, Dr. Lisa, was that he had just had a newborn baby.
Oh wow.
Y'all, make sure. And that's what one of the ladies said. She said, what is his wife going to do?
Right.
I said, wow. When I say he was nice, y'all, he was nice. But niceness doesn't keep you on the earth.
No.
What have you prepared? Are your affairs in order?
Right.
Wow. That right there, it blessed me, but it also broke my heart. That's what brought me to this. I said, so many young people, they don't know or they don't like to listen. Prime example again, and I speak from experience, because I speak from with my grandbaby. I helped to raise her for a while. Then her mother, my daughter, she transitioned, and then she went to live with her dad. Then some things happened with the grandma, because they getting older, about 16, and then, she comes back to live with me, almost grown. You'd be like, oh my. So when she started doing some things, I said, well, look, this is what I want to teach you. I want to teach you how to take care of your money, how to divvy up your money. Don't spend all your money on food and because she loves to shop. She's real cute, petite, 4'11", less than 100 pounds. So she's cute. She can beat her face real good. She has all the hair. She loves her nails. Okay. Now she doesn't shop expensive, but still, that's where all your money goes. She loves pink, woo-de-woo. But I said, why aren't you buying things when she was at home, especially during when we were closed in? I said, why aren't you buying things to set up for your apartment? Whether you go to college or you go live on your own, you can have everything by the time you move out. I said, because you don't want to live here. I said, if you want to work and go to school or work and or go to school, I said, I'm willing to help you. But anytime you come up against the priest of this house, which is me, we gonna have a problem. So that's when we want to start putting people out. You see? That's when we want to start putting people out. So let me do a recap, y'all. Let me do a recap of these four practical life points. Build a good work ethic.
Right.
Make sure you don't spend all your money. Divvy up the pot. Make sure you do yourself a teruma. That's 2.5% of your gross amount. Then you got 10% to send out to whoever who spiritually feeds you. Then you have another 10% that goes out to your vacation, to charity, and to the indigent people, your less fortunate, those that seem to always be struggling a little bit, or even those family members saying, "You got $50," and you can just whip it out because you done already set that money aside, and you don't have to worry about it coming back because you've already set that money aside. See, All right. Then you got stay out of other folks' business. Get your attitude together. Sometimes the reason why your attitude is all jacked up because you always got your nose in other folks' business, which tends to cause you issues. Keep your nose to yourself and keep your words to yourself. If I want your opinion, I'll ask you about it. And then the last one, number 4, get yourself some life insurance. Because remember, with all your accomplishments, all the best raising in the world, some folks think, well, I'm gonna live forever. No, and some young folks think that they're not taken care of because Dr. Lisa, I talked to the young lady, got a 3-hour class. All right, Dr. Trish, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming in and sharing with me and sharing with us.
Really quickly.
I appreciate you so much.
Jay.
They said I got a flash goal, Dr. Lisa. I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay, look, I do need to transition because I'm going to have to get off I need to get off at 6. But there's somebody in my chat, Qatar America. I'm going to send her over there to connect with you. She's interested in a CNA certification. An online.
Very good.
Yeah, so, hey, we didn't got you a contact. Got your contact, friend.
Y'all give Dr. Trish a good send-off.
Yes, and Dr. Trish.
Dr. Lisa. I was looking at Dr. Trish.
Dr. Trish, come back over because I need to talk to her real quick. But it was a pleasure. You're so sweet. I love it. Keep going live.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, take care.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, y'all.
Y'all are so lovely. Qatar, let me know if you know how to get over there. I closed it. Did you get over there, friend? Tell me if you're still in the chat. You might be still in my chat. I think you are. You want to, hello, how you doing, Black Spade? How you doing? That was good, Dr. Lisa. Thank you. Y'all so sweet. That was good. It was a good conversation. But I'll say that's the type of conversations I hear all the time from you all. Everybody is sharing so much wisdom and great information. So honestly, I'm in a special place because I get to see it. Now, J Money is actually not an agency, but she is a good supporter. So just know, if you want, you said I like it. Yes. So if you want to see people who are community, we talked about this in the 10 o'clock. Like the question came up, like, well, how do you what's the whole point of leveling up and connecting and stuff? You have people who come in and just support a live. She'll come in a room, she'll do what Nika did a little while ago. It's like, hey, tap the screen, share the live out, make sure you get the live go. She's one of those type of people. She just come in and understand how to support a room. And you need people like that. She's awesome. She is awesome. And so when her name popped up as co-host, I was like, I ain't gonna do J Money Shady. I ain't gonna decline. So I didn't know it was gonna go that way. But I was like, I ain't declining because I know this is a person that comes in and I support, and she's never sent an invite before. So I was like, let me come in and support back. So I love it. I love that. And that was a great conversation. She's good people, very good people, beautiful spirit. Absolutely. And so, yeah. So, I see all y'all conversations and y'all live, and y'all doing the same thing for y'all community. So stay at it, stay focused. People need to hear you. Qatar America, you're like, look here, I need to understand how to do online CNA. So I don't know if you connected with her friend, but if you didn't, let me know. I will definitely send her your information in inbox. I'll connect you guys in the inbox. So let me know if you still need it. But she is good people. And if that's if that's what she teaches, you definitely want to connect with her. So, what you mean? You didn't get a chance? She didn't. Let me know if you didn't get a chance. I'm assuming that's meaning you did not connect with her. And if not, I'm gonna write myself a note right now to make sure I send. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna send you her information. It's JMONY. I don't know what her username is, so that's what I need to check, and I will send it to you. I will connect your pages. I'll share her profile with you, so that way you'll have it. Let's see. You know what? So I don't forget to do it. I'm gonna do it on my other account. So I'll do it on my other account. This is the Launch Your Income account. I'm gonna have to follow. Do me a favor. Follow me on this account. Let me come in my live. Do me a favor if you haven't followed me already. Follow me. I'm going to join the live. And then I'm going to follow you back real quick. I'm going to say hi. And it's for anybody, if anybody wants to follow this account. And then I'm going to, so go ahead and click my profile, follow this account, and then I'll have you on this account too. And I'll send it to you now. Okay. So anybody else, any questions? You know, like I said, we went a different direction today. I do need to jump off, just so you guys know. I'm supposed to be on a Zoom, and I was supposed to look to check to see if I got a blurb from the Zoom I'm going on tonight. But it's somebody, she's in the agency. Celine Scott is in the agency. She has a community on school, and they're doing their Zoom meeting, and I'm coming to that Zoom meeting to talk about the agency and talk about going live. And so with that, she was going to send me a blurb so I could put it in the school community for anybody who wanted to join and learn more about her community. I think her community is with Legacy Builders. If you guys are familiar with that, that's another online digital marketing course. So I think she's part of the Legacy Builders community, and her subgroup, she has a sub community that is about 100 plus people, so we'll say. But they're looking at ways to live stream, connect, grow. And so I'm supposed to talk to them tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's my time zone is 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to go to that. But I did want to share a blurb if anybody wanted to join and learn more about it. So I'll see if I can get it done and share it with you all once I get off the live and put that in the school community for you all. But any questions? I might have missed questions real quick, and then I'll see who is here. Follow back and send a message. Send her a hi. Okay, this is my other account. And then I'm going to find J Money to send it to you, friend. So let's go. All right, any other questions? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate everybody who's here. I'm going to jump off shortly. But any other questions? That was a great conversation. I didn't think it was going to go that direction, but you know, that's the beauty of this. You never know who you're going to connect with and talk with and learn and grow and get some great information and wisdom from. So that's the beauty of this too. So I am going to copy this page. And so I appreciate everybody who's here with me now. And then my friend, I'll send you a message right now. Got it. Okay. And that's the profile. I just sent it to you on this account, friend, so you'll have it. So you have her profile and you can connect with her that way. All right. Thank you so much, Nika. I appreciate you guys. So everybody who's here, let me know if you have any final questions. I am going to come back at 4 p.m. tomorrow. 4 p.m. tomorrow. 10 o'clock, I got to pick up my friends from the airport. So I won't be able to come. In the morning, but I'll be here for tomorrow. Trisha T is going live right now. Okay, perfect. So we can go visit Trisha T and support her. And then currently Sherelle is live as well as the Real Glam Life Closet. So they're currently live. Let me see if Trisha T is showing up on my screen. She's not as of yet, so she's not showing up yet. So thank you all for supporting. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging in there. And we were chatting and learning and growing. I have issues connecting creator agency. I have issues connecting creator agency. I don't think you did join yet. Let me check. Did you? Did we have this conversation? Let's check real quick. Let me check. No, you haven't. You haven't joined yet. Have a good night. You're having issues? Let's see. Okay, stay with me. Don't leave yet. Let me show you here. Did we do this before? So let me show you here. Here's where I want you to go. She's live now. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go over there a little bit too. Okay, here, this is my shop page. So if you're on your profile page, go on your profile page. On your profile page, I want you to click TikTok Studio. Okay? So on TikTok Studio, you'll see it may say post, because I think they just changed the verbiage. So it may say post and it may say live, or it says tools and live, either one. I want you to go to the live side. Let me see. Drop a heart if you're with me. So I want you to go to the live side. Okay? Yep, you said okay. So here, I want you to scroll down. You might have to scroll all the way down, but there's an area called tools and resources. Tools and resources. That's what I want you to look at. Okay? It may be boxes all along here. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So it may be boxes all around here, but mine has a little arrow that I can click. If I act right now, I don't know why it doesn't always like. I think it's the screen protector. So now you're here. So tools and resources is what we're under. There's an area that says Creator Network. Okay, this is your Creator Network home screen. So Creator Network. Now yours will have Launch Your Income Agency has invited you. That's what you're gonna see. Launch Your Income Agency has invited you, and then you're gonna have to accept. So it's under this Creator Network tab. Okay, so just make sure you're under the tools and resources under the live side. And then tools and resources, if you click that, I don't know, it may be a box, okay. And it says Creator Network. So that's what you're looking for, the Creator Network box. Okay, and that's how you can join it. Thank you so much, Spiritual, for the daily heart me. I appreciate you, friend. So that's where you would go to find the agency request, that invitation. That invitation is in that box. And then you would select it and, okay, have a good night. You're welcome. You would accept it. Okay? All right, take care, friends. See you guys later. Appreciate you all. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Hello. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much for being here.